From the Owens Student Media Center, this is Community Connection, putting you in touch with what's happening within the community and on our campus. Here's your host.
Amber Sherick is with e-learning at Owens Community College. Amber, thank you for joining us for part 2 of our talk about e-learning. The first time you shared with us a little bit about software that anyone, students or faculty, should have access to if they want to use Blackboard. But there's some hardware requirements as well. It'll make your experience with Blackboard go much smoother.
We've been talking in our department about this quite a bit lately. And, from our experience, our campus is typically a PC-driven campus, and we do have a handful of Mac users. So it can be difficult at this time to try to learn a new management system such as Mac. If you're having difficulty with those things in terms of making sure that your computer meets requirements, just go ahead and you can actually get online to Blackboard through our Blackboard check if you log into our Blackboard system through My Owens and Ozone campus. Once you click there, you'll see a link to check to see if your computer meets hardware requirements, whether it's Mac or PC or even Chromebook. However, PC is typically the way to go, especially for a lot of the courses that we do offer here at Owens, in particularly the courses that are more computed relating, such as accounting, or even IST or information systems technology courses. We do recommend a good processor. We also recommend that a computer has a minimal amount of RAM, as 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you have something less than that, you may wish to consider getting a little bit more RAM, maybe from some local store if you can find any online. And another thing too, as well, is to make sure you have the most recent version of your platform, whether it's iOS or Windows. Windows 10 is typically the accepted software at this point, but it does not come without some hardware requirements, meaning a solid state drive is always very helpful. It helps your computer boot up very quickly. If you have just a regular hard drive, the old SATA hard drives that are the discs, those work well too. Just prepare yourself for a little extra time when it comes to navigating in between certain pages of Blackboard. But you can always check to make sure that your hardware of your computer meets the requirements by clicking the Blackboard browser check or the Blackboard check that is located on our My Campus page when you log into Blackboard through Owens.
Can you access Blackboard and or some of the e-learning programs with your smartphone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android?
Actually, that's a great question. The answer to that question, the short answer is yes, you can. You can access Blackboard through your browser of your smartphone. You can also access it through the Blackboard app for students, as well as there is an app for instructors. However, the functionality of that is rather limited, and I can say that you may have a better experience if you use your phones or Android browser or your iOS browser for Apple. It's always recommended if you have something specific that you need to complete on Blackboard to do it with a PC or a laptop. Tablets are that in-between area, and a lot of folks, I do hear a lot of iPad users that are out there in our community, and sometimes there's some difficulty with the actual learning management system due to the constraints of the hardware of iPads or the way it's designed as well. So take those things into consideration and always make sure that you contact the help desk at Owens if you have any issues with your computer at this time. They will do their best to help you, and so will our department as well.
So the greater the detailed work you need to do, the better the PC to use as opposed to a handheld device.
I would definitely recommend it from a learner standpoint. Taking an online class myself and being enrolled in school online, it's always preferable to have a laptop or a desktop that will give you all the functionality and capabilities that you can complete all of your detailed work. So if you have a presentation or you need to make a recording, in short, a handheld device like a smartphone or a tablet might not be a bad idea if that's all you have. We do understand. But if you can get your hands on a laptop or a desktop, is typically more reliable and better solution for those needs.
Amber Sherick, thank you for joining us on Community Connection.
This has been Community Connection. If your group or organization would like to appear on Community Connection, message us from the Owens Community College Radio Facebook page. From the Owens Student Media Center, this has been Community Connection.